Nope. 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 I can't. I can't believe I just watched this. I can't believe I just watched this. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't. You did. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Welcome to Onye's World. Welcome to Onye's World. We are here. We are back. Wow. So it is the beginning of the month, right? November. So I'm gonna give y'all my quick review of last month. I'm gonna try and do these once a month, the beginning of the month, kind of recapping my last month and reviews for the shows, movies that I watched last month. You guys can tell me if you guys have seen any of these shows or movies. Throw it in the chat comments. I keep saying chat because I work with chats a lot, honestly. So I keep saying chat, but throw in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are on these. whoa. On these shows. They're not all going to be Korean. There can be some other, genres there. There can be some other types of movies. So it could be American, British, just anything that I watched in the previous month that I'm going to share with you guys. So last month, I did 3 or 4 things that I watched that stood out to me. The first was Killers of the Flower Moon that I watched. Great movie. Sad, gory, but great movie. Ballerina, which is on Netflix. Interesting. I saw 2 shows, Destined with You, as well as Doom at Your Service. Okay, which one are we starting up first? I think we'll start with Killers of the Moon. I forgot who the director is, but I'm gonna look at it right now for you guys. Oh, I know him too. Who's the director again? Why does this keep happening to me? Martin Scorsese. Yes. So if you guys have not seen Killers of the Flower Moon, briefly, it's just regarding the Osage Nation, which is the one of the Native Americans nation. It's themselves, a specific group of them. And it's pretty much, I'm going to read you guys what IMDb just briefly said about them. It's just real love crosses paths with unspeakable betrayal as Molly Barkhart, a member of Osage Nation, tries to save her community from a spree of murderers fueled by oil and greed. All right, so pretty much, if you guys don't know, a lot of the Native Americans from American history were chased out of a lot of their land, pretty much. So a lot of them had to consistently move and go into something that's called reservations. So reservations are their own lands. So the Osage, I believe, moved from, I think it was Missouri to Oklahoma. I forget exactly when Oklahoma this took place in, but they were pushed there by America because America pretty much thought that, okay, this land is not really fruitful. There really is no upside to this land. There's no, what's the right word for lands that have no barrens. Pretty much it was a dead end for them. They felt like, Americans felt like, well, we can give you this land because we know this land is not going to provide any kind of crops, right? What Americans didn't know was that there was oil beneath there. So the Osage were quite smart, and once they figured out there was oil in their land, to honestly just created some kind of deal, signed a kind of, it's not, create some kind of deal with America that, hey, we can kind of like almost like rent out our land for you guys to take the oil, but we are getting some money back. So a lot of them did get money back from that, but that's where I forgot the term that was used for it, but it was pretty much they got a lot of the original people, the head of the households who had direct money coming from the oil companies. Those money were then controlled by a law from Congress. It was unfair, honestly, because how are you going to tell me how to use my own money? Just because you feel like I'm spending it in a way that you disagree with. And then in comes in all the people that are trying to kind of use them, right? They're trying to marry into their families, kill them so they can get those rights. That's what they're called, rights. Americans. And that's pretty much where it comes from. Someone loves someone else, and it's not really love, it's just them trying to marry into your family so then they can end up killing you by accident. You fall through some accidents and stuff like that. So in essence, when you die, that money that's coming from those oil companies is going to you. So it really was just a bunch of betrayal, and it was gory. It was gory, and I loved it. I loved every single bit of it. And it really just sat there and told you, I mean, it's a long story, but it told you a real story about like a lot of the part of American history that people don't want to know about. With every country, honestly, has its own dark side. Everyone has their own dark side. And to not want to talk about it, to not want to give that dark side light for people to know that, hey, there is good and there is bad. We did do some effed up shit, right? You not wanting to explore that is you lying to yourself. You not wanting to hear that story is you not wanting to learn from your past, which means the past will happen again. But yeah, like I believe he also did what else did Martin Scorsese do? I think he filmed, what's it called? Gangs of New York as well, which also tells you that story of the dark side of America. Like, yes, you're a free nation. Yes, there are a lot of positive things there too, but we're not innocent. We're not. And it's okay to say we're not innocent. It's okay to love your country and say that you're not innocent, but it's also okay to tell the story of what happened, right? Because with good, there's evil. When there's light, there's darkness. It's just how the world works. It's just how life is itself. And I really like that this movie really just tapped into that and didn't hold back. Like, it was a slow progression of it all. And I'm a nerd too, so after the movie, I went to go read more into it. And it's even more effed up than what the movie even portrayed. But a lot of people in the movie were from the Osage Nation, which is really cool. And it was really cool to see those videos, those clips, those pictures of them, and to see what they are in modern day too. No, that was, if you have not seen it, it is a long, lengthy movie. Go see it, honestly. If you're someone who does like to, if you do like some history behind your movies, go see it. It really is a well directed movie, well shot, everything about this movie. To me, I think this is going to be up there for the year. I did see Oppenheimer, and I think this and Oppenheimer are on the same level with me. This one may, I don't know, I can't really quite edge it out, but like I think they're both on the same level for me. So I say go watch it. It's a long, lengthy movie, so don't drink too much, and because you're gonna miss a lot. It is a slow build up, but when you do watch it and you get to define the was it penultimates? Is that how you say it? When you get to that crescendo of it all, you understand why it had to be slow moving. It had to come up from small. So it had to come up from the very beginning. They had to tell you the story. They had to tell you how everything began. They had to tell you more about the main character, who's good Lord, Leo, man. That man can act, man. He could sell you a story. You cannot envision anyone else but him playing that role. Like you just can't. So that really was a really good movie. And a really good, it's not really a biopic of the Osage Nation, but it is a good way of telling a story without leaving, like without it being fluff, right? With you actually seeing the shit that went down, the gory shit that went down. Sorry for cursing. But great movie, great directing, and the ending was my favorite, honestly, when they brought in the what was it, the 20s 30s style Hollywood kind of depiction of what happened afterwards, because usually they'll just show a screen of like pictures and words, but actually putting forth that Hollywood type theater to tell that story, I think was just pure genius. Pure genius. Okay, so that was The Killers of the Flower Moon. So the next movie that I did see, this one I'm gonna say I didn't get to the end. I did like where it was going. It's called Ballerina. If you haven't seen it, go watch it on Netflix. It's quite good. I'm gonna give you guys a brief synopsis of Ballerina, because I do think it's a good movie. I just didn't finish watching it because as I was watching it, I had work the next day and I literally was falling asleep. I'm not gonna lie, literally was falling asleep. And I did not want to, like watch a movie half asleep. I didn't want to do it. So, main characters in here, I believe, is Kim Ji-hoon. And what's her name? Jung Jun-so, Park Yurin. And then, so pretty much the title, the synopsis really is, so Min-hee, in order to avenge her death, so the Okju is the main character, which is Jung So. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And her character name is Okju. Her best friend is Min-hee. So in order to pretty much avenge her friend's death, she goes on a fucking bender. My God. So pretty much, given the loss of her best friend, she could not protect from a bodyguard. So Okju is a former bodyguard, and she sets out to fulfill her dear friend's last wish, which was revenge. Guys, oh my God, I'm still pissed I didn't finish watching this movie. I'm literally almost to the end of it. I just was falling asleep and I did not want to ruin it, and then I never just got back to it. But guys, so I would liken this to My Name, in a way, just the gory parts. I think this may be more gory than My Name. So if you don't like gory stuff, don't watch Ballerina. If you don't like crude language, don't watch Ballerina. If you want maybe a happy ending, because I don't think it's gonna be a happy ending, honestly. And I haven't finished watching it, and I'm telling you now, I don't think this is gonna be a happy ending. If you don't want a happy ending, if you're not someone who cares for that, don't watch Ballerina. But if you're actually someone who can stomach all of that and those kind of action stuff kind of interests you and will hold your, go watch it. Go watch it. I'm telling you guys, this movie, from how it was shot in almost like a noir kind of, from a noir lens. It's very, how would I put it? It's very unorthodox in a way, the movie itself, because we don't really see too much of these kinds on a regular day basis. Like we see crime, we see gangs, but we don't see something to this level, right? And it's literally just a one-woman show. And her using her rashness, because she's not a kind of, she's almost like a femme fatale, but only taps into it when needed. All right, she's tomboyish. From a bodyguard, she's tomboyish, but she also has that femme fatale sense to her that lures people in, and she does her job. Like, there was a scene where this is a spoiler now, y'all. There was a scene where she went to this man's house and bugged everything. She did recon work on him. Like sometimes, like, you know, when you're watching some movies sometimes and like the character's kind of like doing some, like trying to like sneak in and do some stuff and you're worried she's gonna get caught. Not in this one. You did not think she would get caught. You did not. She was that good. She did her recon work. She ended up going into his house, bugged his house, everything. And so the part where I stopped was when we realized, like, yeah, he killed her. He definitely killed her. But he's not the big honcho. So now I'm curious. I have to go back and watch it. Does the big honcho have anything to do with it? Because it seems like he was doing side business. But just the fight scenes, the blood, her face, her eyes, how it just looks like death. Her eyes looks like death. Like, I know what I'm doing. I don't give a damn if I walk in here and y'all are gonna come at me. I don't care. I know what I'm doing and you can't beat me. You can try, but you cannot. Do you know how it is to, like, for a woman to just, I mean, I know I'm saying a woman, but like just for anyone to just walk into a room knowing that you're petite and saying, you can't beat me. You can try, but you cannot beat me. Like, hello? So I can't wait to go back and finish watching Ballerina because I really do think it's going to be the ending. I think if it continues down this path that I'm seeing, like her single-handedly pretty much trying taking down a gang world, because he's part of that. Drugs, violence, being lethal. Like, you think, like, my name, she has some emotional there. Like, she has some kind of emotions there. This one, not so much. Like, not so much. So I'm really curious as to how this one is going to end. The end is going to be. You guys let me know so far if you and for anyone that has seen Ballerina, what did you think of it? And the ending as well. Like, because I haven't seen the ending yet. And I'm really hoping, because the one thing that really, really grinds my nerve. The one thing that grinds my nerve is when a movie or a show starts out great. It starts out great. And then the writers just pull it down to shit. So I'm really hoping that this, and usually I don't see that with a lot of movies, but I'm really hoping with this movie, it ends the way I'm seeing it end, aka in blood and more violence. So yeah, so that was Ballerina. Again, if you guys have seen it, let me know what you thought about it, and we can have some more discourse in the comments. Next up, Destined with You. I think this is probably one of the cutest shows. And it had what's his name in it? Rowan. Yeah, Rowan is his name. And Boa. Boa. Wow. Yeah, great. It was a really good show, honestly. Like, it had all the facets of the love, the supernatural, the suspense to it too. Not much action, but the suspense did it. Mixed with a little bit of comedy in there. I think it was a well blend of it all. And each character had a lot of they flew together. So for those that haven't seen it, it is on Netflix. Synopsis goes as such: a lawyer bound by a centuries-old curse becomes entangled with a civil servant. That civil servant holds the key to his freedom, and then this thus ignited an unexpected romance. It's quite good. One thing I would say regarding this show, though, I did kind of wish we got more of the periodic side of it. I know we got, I think, glimpse here and there. We had one episode that was purely showed that periodic side, like what happened centuries years ago, with her and him. I did wish we got more of that. Like, you know what I mean? You know how, like, those, like, I don't want to say old, but like early 2000 shows used to be, where it was like the first 10 episodes were back when they were in the periodic times, back when they were younger. And then the following 10 episodes were more. about the present. I kind of wished that was the route they went with this one, because it had potential to really be a 20 episode show, but they kept it 16, and with 16 there's only so much you can really do. But I would say also with the writers, how it started was how it ended. They started it with some fantasy, romance, comedy, and they ended with such. I did like the throwing in there of the suspense with the stalker. Sorry, I should have warned you guys I was going to give you some spoilers. But yeah, the suspense with the stalker, the suspense with the fantasy portion of it, whether who cursed him, how he was cursed, the suspense surrounding that, and then how everything kind of unfolds, I really liked. The comedy in regards to their romance was very, very interesting. Like him just being that stoic person and having that kind of dry humor sometimes. It was really nice. And then also the supporting cast, the stories that were happening behind the main story, well put together. And this was a show where the writers did not F it up. Like they did not F it up. They started from where they needed to start and finished from where they needed to finish. Now I do wish it was more, but we get what we get, right? So, Destined with You, what did you guys think about it? I liked it. I hated the fact that I had to wait literally week by week on a week by week basis. I really did not like that fact, but what can you do? But let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I liked everything about it. Honestly, I did. I wish there was more episodes. I wish there was just more. But I liked what I liked, right? And then finally, Doom at Your Service. So for this one, I'm a little late, right? The other three that we spoke about, Killers of the Flower Moon, Ballerina, Destined with You, all from this year, right? And Doom at Your Service was not. Doom at Your Service, I believe, was a few years ago. I think last year or 2021. Let me see. Doom at Your Service. Doom at Your Service was 2021. I was very hesitant on watching this show. I don't know why. When a lot of the actors that are in here, I liked. I don't know why, but so it had literally since 2021, Doom at Your Service has been on my Netflix list, right? You know, like on my list on Netflix, it's been on there. And so I finally decided, okay, I want to watch something. Let me just watch one episode. And you know how that gets you, right? When you start watching a show, you're like, let me just watch one episode and see what it is and see if I like it. Whenever you do that, just know you're in for a long run. So I watched it. That's actually one of the shows that made me cry. Like, tears. And I love Park Bo-young because when she cries, she makes you feel like she's a great actress. She is a great actress. Like all her feelings, you feel. She's able to just get that through the camera. It is so crazy to me, and I freaking love it. And then of course the main character, So In-guk. I love watching his shows. Like he's never let me down on any of his shows. And one of my other favorite ones, Yi So-yuk. Yeah. Love him with his deep voice, his model love him. And it's also another one that where like there is a main story being told, and there's a sub story being told as well. And me wanting to know what that story is going at the same time, like it was refreshing. So those who has not seen Doom at Your Service, it is on Netflix, it is on Viki as well. The storyline goes as such: a woman who lost her parents in an early age, she's diagnosed with a brain tumor, which literally forces her to have less than 100 days to live. She has 3 months, a little over 3 months to live. So she then prays for destruction of the world. And he, the main character, is destruction himself. And he comes to her because he too wants to destroy the world so he wouldn't have a job, and decides to live with her for the last 100 days. Now, there are obviously the other things that happen in between, but that's pretty much it, right? one thing I do like about this show, this show, is there is no build up to her finding out that she's going to have 100 days to live, right? We find out right away. Like, we will press play, and the next 10 minutes, you're finding out that she has 100 days to live. Literally. So I did like that very initial, we're jumping into this. This is also a 16 episode show. Whew. This one was packed with so much emotions. A sprinkle of comedy here and there. So much emotions that midway through, when he disappeared, oh my, you guys, for those that have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. You know what episode that was. Where she just falls down, it's raining, and she's crying. And you two are just getting choked up because you're like, oh my God. Like, because at that point you're invested, right? At that point you're invested in the show. And you're just, it's touching you. And then the way she's crying, like, she just feels so dejected. And it's just, at some point, I really was like, okay, how are they going to end this? Like, how are they really going to end this show? Because I was okay if they ended it sad. Like, if she died and that was the end of it, I was fine with it because that was how the build up to it. Spoiler alert. So if you have not seen it yet, please stop this video right here, fast forward. I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't kill her off. Like, they didn't let her die as she was supposed to. Because they tried everything, right? I was a little disappointed. I kind of wanted it to end in a way where it wasn't a quote-unquote happy ending. I did like what they did with his character, how it was his character evolving from being the watcher, the gardener, I guess, in a way, to him actually being a butterfly eventually, right? I liked that concept. I do. But I just wish they didn't go that route. I just wish they didn't end it in a flowery way. It's so weird for me to say that. Yeah, I wish it didn't end in a flowery way. I kind of wish they just kept the theme and made it a melodrama. Like, yeah, she ended up dying. That was what it was. Or she ended up taking his place. I think that would have been a very good way to end the show, but I'm happy with either way. I just wish it was more towards, it kept with the hurt. The second story that was happening with the other two characters was actually an interesting one with the writer. And Yi Soo Hyuk. Yeah. I wish, not because I don't wish, like, that was, I can't change anything about that storyline because it was the second story that was happening. That was a really, really good one too. But yeah, do my yourself, I would rate. And my ratings, I would give all three of them. Well, Ballerina, I would definitely give a 8 out of 10. Only because I have not seen the ending. So I have to go see the ending to rate it. Because for me, endings of a movie, of a show, means a lot. That can either make or break that damn show. Right? Like, I don't know if anyone has seen Sangdu Let's Go to School. I loved that show until the ending. And then I felt like I wasted my life watching that entire show because of that ending. And I loved the show. I loved the show. But that ending made me detest it. I was done with it. But so Ballerina, definitely 8.5. 8.5 out of 10, just so I can see the ending. Destined with You, definitely a 9 out of 10. Just because of the way they just meshed everything together and how the all the casts really just meshed together very, very well. The storylines, having the fantasy aspect, the suspense aspect, the romance aspect, and the comedy aspect all meshed together and really just combined well. Like, literally the whole melting pot, and it just combined really well. Nothing really felt odd. Nothing really felt like it should not be here. Nothing really felt like it was just a filler. I would definitely rate that 9 out of 10. Do My Ear Service, I would give that an 8.5 out of 10 as well. Just because of the ending. I liked the ending. I didn't love the ending. It was a good show. It got me in my feels, I will say. It got me in my feels, definitely. So yeah, I would definitely give it an 8.5 out of 10. Killers of the Flower Moon, honestly, I'm giving that a 9.5 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. If not a 10 out of 10, I'm getting 9.5 out of 10. Like, that was a really good movie. Like, a movie that can make me just go and start researching stuff. I do it anyway, honestly. But it hit a certain part of me where I was like, and it was like an over 3-hour movie. I did not get up once to use the bathroom. I was in it. So, Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm definitely giving a 9.5 out of 10. The cinematography, how everything was shot, the build up to it, the ending, how everything just culminated at the end. Genius. So yeah, a 9.5 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. That Oppenheimer. But yeah, so those are my reviews from the month of October, what I watched in the month of October. I am going to be doing a lot of these once a month. So every beginning of the month, I'm going to give you guys my review of the previous month, what I watched the previous month, what I liked, what I didn't like. You guys can also give me recommendations for this month of November. I'll watch it and do a review towards the end of the month and post it for December, so you guys can see what I watched, what I watched, what I liked, what I didn't like. So we'll be doing these reviews again once a month. I'll be throwing my reviews out here for you guys on this channel. Heads up for those of you that are interested, I am pivoted I am creating a travel channel. I do have a travel channel that will just show a lot of my travel content. So if you guys are interested in anything travel related, I will be speaking more on a podcast kind of way, like we just did here today. Giving you guys my tips here, tricks here on traveling, best way to travel solo, planning, how to plan for a trip, all those kind of jazz. So I will put some more of those information in my channel as well, but y'all, we're gonna do this, okay? We're gonna do this. We are definitely going to do this. So all of y'all, those like my reviews, I will see y'all soon. But yeah, it's been nice seeing y'all.